Yo, Matt. Hello everyone, and welcome to, I guess, number 2 of LADX No Stew tutorial. I did one some months ago, I don't know how long. But since then there have been a few new tricks found, so a lot of stuff has changed, and I figured I'd do a new tutorial so that, just let anybody who's looking to get into this category can, like have a nice resource for all the tricks that you need to get into this category. So as I did for the other one, I'm not going to go too in-depth for stuff that is, like tricks and whatever that are part of other categories, like super jump spawn triggers and whatever. There are a lot of excellent guides already, like Xander, as you can see over in the chat. He has a written tutorial for the main categories, so anything that'd be covered by his guide or other ones, I'm not gonna worry too much about explaining every detail of. I will explain how to do it, but not like painstaking detail. But yeah, anyway, without further ado, let's just start. For people who are new to speedrunning this, first thing to note is you do need some way of playing Game Boy Color games. I play on the BGB emulator. You can also use Gumbate and BizHawk, I think latest version is also allowed. And this is on the 1.0 Japanese version of the game. Any 1.0 will do, but Japanese is fastest. Anyway. So start of every run, go to the house, and I'm going to use fast forward because you're just mashing through text. So we get our shield, and then we'll head down to the beach, and we're going to get our sword. And same as basically all of the save and quit categories, as far as the ones that actually play the game, we're going to need to get 10 rupees off the bat, so we're going to do that by farming enemies on the beach, using rupee duping as much as we can, and then getting any access from bushes if we need to. So you do your quick sword and whatever shit. Yeah, P-Dogs, I just said I'm not explaining every little bitty detail, but I will, for your sake, I'll explain wall clipping. So, look at this. If I walk into a wall, see how I'm like just touching against it, but if I come from the side, I'm actually like a few pixels inside of it. So you can do that for any wall where there's a convex corner like this. So you can clip from the right side. You can do the top end, whatever. That will be a major part of some glitches we do later on, as well as for optimizing movement, because like coming around a corner I can start turning a bit earlier. Anyway, so kill your enemies, try to dupe rupees. Rupee duping is done by being underneath the rupee when it lands with your sword or shield, and you see that one there, I just got 2 rupees. But just get as many as you can. Even if you're bad at dupes, who cares? But anyway, come back here, get up to 10. And I'm blaming this on P-Dog. Also, just to fill in the silence here, all these bushes, every single one is a 1 in 16 chance of dropping a rupee, so I'm not bad. RNG is bad. And it is possible to get dupes on these ones, but they're a bit tough. So anyway, we come in here, we steal shovel. And we're gonna need to buy... you only need 1 set of bombs, so I'm just gonna get 2 for the sake of it. For people starting off, you might also prefer to get 2 just so you don't run into any shortages, because that can happen. So what we do is, you see, I'm holding start and select right now, I pick up this with B, stand in front of this guy and just press A, close the menu, open another one, and then same with. And then just do that a couple times. And then we'll steal the boat, and then we'll be done here. Now we'll head on down to Trendy Game and get our magic powder. So let's talk to him, cancel this text with B, and just hold left and B until you get here, put your crane about there, press powder, or press A. When the top of the powder hits the bottom of the conveyor belt that's pointing left. That works every time. So then we're heading into the forest, we're going to be getting the tail key first to stop in here. When you come out of this, hold down and B, right? Yeah, down B, or is it down left B? Down and B, I guess. And Bow Wow will push you over a little bit, and then you hold left right away. You get just a tiny little bump. And if you're good, like I am, because I just got frame perfect trick, if you hit start on the exact frame where Link hits the edge of the transition, like where he's 1 pixel away from going to the next screen, just equip your bombs, hold up bombs, and you'll do a bomb trigger on that owl. That's like a super small time save, it doesn't really matter if you do it or go for it, but if you manage to get the pause perfectly, then you may as well take the time. Then we'll come here, do another bomb trigger. And so bomb triggers are done by basically using bomb on the same frame that you transition. So you can either you can buffer it like we did on the first one, or you can hit up and bombs on the same frame. And then there's some other fancy different ways to do it, but I won't get into them right now. You can do pit walk, which Xander taught me today is like super consistent. Thanks, Xander. The way that he taught me is just walk here, and basically like the frame you get onto the pit, just tap right. And if you're not me, then you can go through. But if you don't feel like doing it, just go around here, it's only like a few seconds of difference. Kill any enemies that get in your way. And then we're gonna put the key in from the sides, just make sure you're facing upwards and then walk diagonally into the side of the thing. Thank you, Xander. And then I like to equip my shield here. When you come into a dungeon there's a bit of text, so just if you need to change your equips, use your start menu to cancel it, otherwise just do it normally. Just mash through the text. Come up this way, we're gonna go get our Rock's Feather. You can do a little damage boost off this guy if you feel like it. And whenever you open a chest, make sure to open your save and quit menu like a tenth of a second or so after opening your chest. If you do it too early, you'll still get the text, but if you do it at the right time, you'll cancel the text with your menu. Come here, try to get these guys both dead. I like to just bump them to the pit like that. Other people kill them. Some people use the bow to very quickly kill them. But whatever you like. There are so many different guides. And you can watch pretty much anybody's run and see how they do it. Coming through here, you can do either a damage boost or a shield boost. For the shield, just tap right, basically right before they hit you. Here. Bow and feather. We want to hit this switch without getting hit by the hard hat beetle. That's a tiny bit easier if you move to the left at the start, but you can do it without doing that. Whatever is comfortable for you. If you're really not safe with that, you can put on your sword and just slash the beetle away. So this is our first time doing super jump, so be clipped into the bottom wall here, jump into the wall, and use your arrows away from it. It's pretty easy to do. You can use your arrows pretty much as soon as you have jumped, like the frame after. So don't worry about waiting until you're like at the peak of your jump, because if you do that, you might actually not get quite enough distance. Then we did another super jump to get out of there. After getting the key, you clip into the side of the railing and hold down right and jump to get down. Then we have our first mini boss. Just buffer an arrow going in and mash with another one. 2 arrows and he's dead. Okay, so the first major bit of stew tech here, and it does actually require going into the stairs because we need a certain subpixel. Basically, Link's movement is calculated in terms of subpixels. Each pixel on the screen is 16 subpixels. When you are moving straight, you're going at 16 subpixels per frame, which is exactly 1 pixel. If you are going diagonally, it's actually 12 subpixels per frame, so you're not going at full whatever. So for this portion, after you come out of here, make sure not to do any diagonal movements until you've done the first super jump. So first thing we need to have our sword on. Save state here. So I'm just gonna try to do this in the corner bit so he's not in the way, but you want to be doing... this room sucks for it. I'm gonna go into their room just so I can demonstrate a little bit without the traps getting in the way. Even though these traps are like incredibly straight. So what we're doing here is called an unclipped super jump. As it happens, going through the stairs there sets your subpixels to 0. That would allow us to do an unclipped super jump either off the left wall or the top wall. And that's actually just changed my subpixels, so I can't do it from there again. But you basically just hold out your sword in the direction you want to be super jumping, walk into the wall, jump, and then while you're against the wall in the air, press away from the wall. And then I can actually do that. So we're going to be applying that up here. Go through here again. Actually, I already had a save state, but who cares? So I like to stand about here, charge my sword down, trigger this trap. That was not right. I'm gonna try to do it without talking, and then I'll annotate it a bit. Shit. That's what it does look like, except I would have gone through the screen. But yeah, what you want to do is come over here, do an unclipped super jump so you get into the wall so you're just clipped into it. Wait until the trap comes back a bit, then at a particular time do a super jump to the right. And yeah, Zender, I've actually done this quite a bit. Not well. And if you do it right, it looks like that. So, if you want to get a PB, don't do this. This is just an easy way to throw away time. Also note, if you're going to do this, don't get the boss key, because you don't need the boss key to go through a wall. I hate this trick. Oh yeah, that's what it looks like. That's how you do it, but don't try it because it sucks. Anyway, assuming you have the boss key, which I do, just jump through the door. And press start to cancel his text. Then you just do a normal modern fight. I'm not gonna go into the fight too much because, as I've said before, we have so many guides on things. Oh, apparently French people do that, but the French are really good at this game, so yeah. Anyway, that's Dungeon 1. So we're on our way to Dungeon 2. And I'll just jump down here. For note, whenever you're moving diagonally, try to have your feather equipped in a way that doesn't lose time, but also be jumping when you're moving diagonally because it's a tiny bit faster. As I mentioned earlier, you move at 12 subpixels per frame when you're walking diagonally. If you jump diagonally, it's the full 16. So if you want to go top speed, do jumps. Anyway, come over here, press B to cancel this text. Because otherwise there's like 20 pages of dialogue. And like as it is in most places, just try to optimize your movement a bit as you go through. So we're going to be heading up to the Moblin Cave where we're going to rescue our best friend Bow Wow. Then he'll be able to let us into Dungeon 2. This trick here, just jump over to here, then do a diagonal jump up to the right. Try not to hit the heart piece. Oh, that was almost a quad. This guy, I like to just sit in the corner until he's got, like, starts charging his dash. And then just wait till his bonks, hit him with a spin slash, and then try to hit him 3 times with your sword. And then do the same on here, but you only need 1 hit. Okay, we'll come over here, grab Bow Wow, buffer a same quit menu to the text, and same quit on it. We're gonna do a trick here called a flock flip, where you basically use, like, when you walk up to a rock, it tells you, oh no, this is really heavy. But only on the first time per screen. So we're going to use that text box to push through the corner here, because you can move just a tiny bit. So you just jump into it while holding up and left. And then after the text box, you wiggle through. And if you don't get through, just walk back out, then hold up and left. And when you hit the rock, eventually you'll go through. Go through here. Try to do a manip that Xander guarantees is perfectly consistent. Fill on your powder. So, we're going to... Did we finish D2 now? I think we do D2 right now, right? Probably. I don't know the exact route, or like timing for doing certain things, so I'm pretty sure we just finished D2 now. We come over here, grab a couple of keys. In fact... Sorry, I'm just thinking on my feet here. We don't need this key, do we? No, we don't. And before someone in chat tells me that we need that key and I have to go back for it. Anyway, come through here. Jump across, hold, jump in this area because you'll go a little bit higher. Swap over to your bow for a quick kill on this guy. Actually, no, we don't finish the dungeon now, because we need the boots for doing the thing. So no, we don't finish the dungeon. Don't worry, P-Dog, I'm smart enough to remember. There, we do the ghost skip. You can actually do it with the bow. No, whatever. Grab our bracelet and leave. Right away, we're gonna head on down to the right, we're gonna activate the warp for Telltale Heights. Because we're gonna want to come back up to Telltale Heights to go to Dungeon 4 and also some other dungeons. And it's a bit quicker to activate the warp right now than it is to make our way all the way back up here later. Just gonna move through here, buffer your save equipment. Get it. By the way, P-Dog, you need to find some new strats to make a mushroom worthwhile. That's the one thing Stu is missing. Some mushroom. Anyway, that's just like the normal route we take to get to Dungeon 3 from Dungeon 2. Baba's gonna kill a bunch of shit, but in this category we don't actually care. Other categories, we want to get Piece of Power in Dungeon 3 because it makes... I mean, first of all, it makes us go faster. But it also gives us some increased damage and knockback. And that damage is very useful against the Dungeon 3 boss. But we don't need it. Anyway, so this trick here is called Villa Skip. Basically just jump on the pit and keep buffering your start menu until you get a falling sound. Like that, and hold down. Come over here and grab our Dungeon 3 key. And we do our escape by being slightly over that pit, then transitioning downward. Well, you can do it on like any of the pits there, that's just the one that I do it on. At some point you want to start charging your sword upwards because we're going to put a key into the back of the keyhole here. And you need to be facing upwards, so we use our sword to ensure we stay facing upwards. Then just clip into that and hold down left. So we're just going to do like the normal route through Dungeon 3 up until we get to... just up until we get the boots, I think. Okay. I know I said you don't really need kills, but I'm still going for them just because habit, I guess. And having Piece of Power is nice for like my own muscle memory on doing the Dodongo skip. Also, I'm not sure that I actually need this key. In fact, no I don't. So, don't go in that room. What a good tutorial. Anyway, let's pretend we hadn't gone in there. So come this way, clip into Sahador, and we're going to be doing a sword out super jump. So how that works is, it's the same as the unclip super jump, except you're clipped into a wall. Like the exact same instance. So you would jump into a wall, and then hold away from the wall. But the thing that makes it different here is we're going to be releasing our spin slash in the air, so that we hit off of the donkey here. If you do it properly, it looks like that. So it is a bit of a tough trick, but I'm sure you'll get it with practice. So anyway, we come down here, grab our boots, and we ignore people making fun of me. We're gonna head back down this way, up the stairs. Down the stairs, actually. Come over this way. So you want to start jumping just before you hit the wall, and then... What's this equipped? So you want to have feather, no, shield and bow, and buffer right A and B out of this menu. So what happens is the arrow faces us to the right, we're able to do a super jump off the wall, and then because we have the shield also out, we bounce off the red soul. My chat is disconnected, and my internet's dead. Oh, cool. I'm gonna just wait a few seconds and hope my internet comes back. Sorry, I need to go check if my cat has turned off the internet. 1 minute. Oh wait, here it is. I'm back. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying before the internet disconnected, out of the menu you buffer right shield and arrow, which allows us to do a super jump, then bump off the Zol to right here. Then the way that I tend to do this is switch over to sword. And we want to clear the enemies on the left side of the screen. And we trigger this parrot. Trigger it a second time, and when it comes back here, bump it just a little bit down into the right. Then we're going to equip Boots and Feather again, down like right about here, so we're clipped into this wall. Do another jump into the wall, do another bow and shield over to the right. That bumps it down here, and we now have the Dungeon 3 instrument. Where's my save state? That's all the way back. Okay, Xander's telling me to worry about the angle, so... I did forget to make a save state closer. Okay, good save state here. Put the sword on, actually. Yeah, anyway, we come down here. You can also do a spin slash for these guys. Yeah, I go from like right about here. Like basically sear directly to the upper left of the enemy. Oh wow, this pot's really heavy. Oh my god, are you kidding? Stop this. That's why you kill him. Oh yeah, kinda like that. There is another setup that, I think you do a super jump over on the right side, but I found that one's not quite as consistent, so I'm not gonna... And I actually don't know what the precise setup is for that one, so I'm not gonna go over it. If you want to know what it is, ask Sigaz. So we're heading over to Animal Village. We're gonna go get the Dungeon 4 key. And Dungeon 4 is where this run really opens up, because the item we're gonna get is the flippers. And there's a fantastic glitch that's pretty much only allowed in this category called Super Swap. And that's like, it's basically no clip from Half-Life. Or Source Engine or whatever. So, if you're not already at half heart, just take a little hit of damage, go into this house. Try not to pick up hearts on your way here because you want to be on low health. We're gonna do another bomb trigger here called Walrus Skip. So there are many ways to do Walrus Skip. This is the way that I do it. If you want to know other ways, check out other tutorials. Xander's guide probably goes over all of them. But this is the way that I do it because it's totally consistent. Anyway, so the way it works is you'd be equipping bombs. You'd be right against the edge of the screen facing up or down. So you saw I bumped against the wall and then tapped right in the air. That pushes me a little bit to the right while still facing downwards. And I don't risk going through transition as long as I'm not holding on the ground. So anyway, while being in this state, you press bombs and then very quickly press start. Like within 2 or 3 frames. Oops. Except you press A before start. Then out of your menu, you just want to hold right bombs. Just keep holding it. Until like, basically until the music is fully started. And at this point you can just hold left, fast forward. When you get to the text box, mash through it, and keep holding left, and you're through. just come over here, kill, or get hit by something enough to die. And I think sword is probably best equipped here. Yeah, because you don't want to clip through. Now we're going into the desert. The reason we die is because doing walrus skip actually locks your buttons apart from movement. So if I'd failed it, I would have had to reset. Which always sucks. Anyway, come in here, equip your bow. We're gonna pay 2 arrows to get a key from the toll booth. I'm joking, there's a boss. Anyway, just kill it. And after you get the text, just say and quit. Now we're gonna go Dungeon 4. My feather on. So Dungeon 4 is a pretty short dungeon, so we don't need to actually... we don't need to finish it this time. Do make sure to open the dungeon though. We're gonna come over to the left and open it, then we're gonna go over to the right to the tunnel. Yeah, we don't finish the dungeon right now because if we do, we can't go to the lower parts of the... and that's kinda stinky. Well, we can, but it'll be slow. So this trick here is called a shack jump. Basically how it works is from like about here, you want to do a jump diagonally down to the left until you hit that block. And then when you hit that block, you hold up. And you can keep holding up too. The way I do it, that's like slightly quicker. Just do a first jump there. Oops. Except you don't fall in. Do a jump there, walk a little bit down to the left, and then jump. And we go in. If you didn't get bombs, if you didn't get 2 sets of bombs at the start, you might want to get these bombs. In fact, I think you need to. So grab them. Come over this way, we're going to get 1 small key. Oh, actually, sorry, I'm on warpless muscle memory. When you come off these stairs, try to clip into the top wall here. Then jump across and head straight right off the screen. Like, don't move down at all. Thanks. I don't know what that hit on. Alright, destroy that, get this key, then walk into the water, and hold left to come back, and you'll already be clipped. And then just boot dash to left, and once you have your dash, jump and hold upwards. Come through here. Come this way, stand like below or above, doesn't really matter. Actually, wait, dude. Okay. It does matter now, because this is stew. Be clipped into the bottom wall when this happens. And you can go through here. Oh my god, I wasn't against doing boots. Just pretend these guys are out of the way. Anyway, you want to be clipped into the bottom wall when you do this. And if you do that, because this is stew and we can go out of bounds, you can buffer up left and jump. What the fuck? Oh, this game is shit. It was so bad. But anyway, you can do that and do it better than me. Anyway, do your things. You do not need to kill these guys here. Just grab chests and quit out. Now we're gonna head in through this way. You can either just go on through here normally, or if that's too peasant-y for you, you can do like a naked super jump up here just because you can go out of bounds. Now we're gonna go back into the warp. We're heading over to Dungeon 5 now, because we're still very good at counting. So the first, let's see. Dungeon 5, what do we do there? Oh yeah, we skip it. Cool. So, The old stew route, and this is one major divergence from the previous video. In the old stew route, we actually finished part of Dungeon 5. We skipped the hook shot, but we did actually go to the boss. So guys found a new trick where we don't go to the boss anymore. That's fantastic. I'd like to charge sword to the right and just jump in here and like pretend I'm gonna hit the helm sword. Oh, also for note, you're gonna kill one more boss in this run. So I hope you like having low hearts. Cherish every heart you get. So anyway, we're gonna come through here. Same way we would in any other category. Oops, except you don't count other categories. Alright, so I'm just gonna demonstrate this first, and hopefully I get it first try because I haven't practiced in a while. And then after I've demonstrated it, I'll show you how to do it. Oh, so close. Oops. Oh, cool, I did get it. So, ideally you wouldn't have to dash through, but that's what it looks like. So, the way I do it, so I come in, slash this bush, use my sword already out to poke the other bush. Right about when the Stalfos, like, sort of, like, it jumps over you and it sort of, like, nudges down a little bit in the air by 1 pixel. When it does that nudge down, you want to open your menu right away. Equip Boots and Feather. Then out of this menu, we're going to be charging Boots right away. We're going to be moving to the right. And basically, as soon as we hit the wall, we want to hold downwards. And then as soon as we charge our Boots, which is kind of just a timing thing, you want to jump and then pause. So this part looks like... Oh, it doesn't look like that because you don't get hit. I was a little bit late on that. Menu. So it looks a little bit like that. So I am in the air, I am going at boot speed. And you want to put on your sword and shield. And right here you can either try to just do it without another buffer, which is what I do. Or you can double buffer it a little bit. So what'll happen is you'll, out of this menu, hold up A and B. And then you either do another slash to the left or you pause and then buffer that slash. So if you already saw what it looks like unbuffered, so like that. Oh, I didn't get quite enough distance, unfortunately. Probably a little bit late. We're gonna all put together. Looks like that. And this one is a bit of a tricky timing, especially with like the jump to menu that like I wasn't boot speed that time. And also that entire time there, once I have the shield equipped, don't let go of the button. Because you want to make sure you're bumping off the Stalfos through the door, or through the wall rather. So anyway, that's Dungeon 5. What a good dungeon. So much better than the old category, or the old route. So we're heading on out here now, and we're going to be going up to Dungeon 6. But we're not going to go in through the front door because that's stupid and slow. And we have to get like, you have to get the face key, you have to like actually go through the cave, unlock it. That's just way too much work. So we're going to make use of the super swim we mentioned earlier. So how super swim works is it's basically like a super jump in water. So you have to come up to a spot like this where you have an overworld ledge that you can drop down from. Even though the walls look the same here, they don't work. So you come up here, be clipped into the wall, and apparently you can just be pressing against the wall and then press away. like that. But doing a boot swimming, thank you. Doing a swim dash, whatever, makes it a little bit easier. But do that, come over this way. We're gonna head up a few screens, and one thing to mention here is that if you use your feathers right now, you lose your super swim state. So you will probably be screwed. Then we will come over here to this stairwell. We're gonna put on our bracelet and we're gonna play with the horse heads a little bit. And these are both 50-50 chance of landing upright, so it's 1 in 4 chance of it working. Good luck. We're gonna come down this way because we do actually need a few spare arrows for this category. Grab those, come up here, we're gonna go right to the edge of the screen, then super jump down, pop over to the right. And then, it's our favorite. Horse heads again. Oh, no bamboo cart. Alright. Then we're gonna come over this way. I tend to jump and grab these bombs, but I don't need them. So we do what's called a naked super jump, which I think I showed off before. But basically, when you are... As we sort of saw with Walrus Skip, when you're in the air, you don't change your direction unless you use a sword or bow or something else like that. So you can use this to move downward while staying facing to the right. You want to be clipped into this wall here while facing right. So we come down here a little bit and then we do a naked super jump by jumping. Then after we jump, we start holding left and then right. So it looks a bit like that. Then we come and fight Facade. This is just a normal Facade boss fight. You just do 3 bombs before his face shows up. And then after you, after his attacks, you do 2 more hits. Whatever. I think that's fine. Oh. Whatever. So yeah, fight Facade. Collect his heart and eat it to gain his power. And actually right now, I'd like to equip my sword, because we're going to be needing it very shortly. Come up here, grab our instrument. So, I mentioned unclipped super jumps before. We're going to be doing another one, so from the time when you get the instrument, you don't want to be doing any diagonal movements until after you complete this jump. So, I'm just going to try to demonstrate it first. So that's what you want to be doing, so to break it down, we go over this way, start charging our sword to the right. We're going to be doing this unclip super jump over to the right from a... But we want to do it from as low down as we can go before we hit the ground, basically. And then as soon as we get the super jump, we want to let go of our sword. Because if we don't let go of our sword, what happens is our momentum carries us away from the wall. So instead, we do that so that our spin slash cancels our momentum when we land and we're actually clipped into the wall. We can do a super swim right here. So that's basically it. It is a bit tight timing, but it's not too bad with a bit of practice. If you're not comfortable with it, what you can do instead is walk up into this keyhole, hold up and left, and actually doing that makes you flipped. Okay, not enough to... How does this work? I actually don't do it this way, so it's a little bit weird for me. I guess kind of like that. I guess it just makes the super jump a little bit easier. I really don't know how to do it. Like how people try to do it this way. Maybe it just makes it super jump easier, I don't know. Also, if you're facing left here, you can do slash left and then quickly slash right and let go of right. And because you're slashing, you'll be held in place, but you can change direction. I don't know, whatever. Do that super jump, if like you absolutely cannot do that, then it's not a problem. Just come down this way, and if you want, you can do it. If you know you're not gonna be able to do it, keep your bombs on. Do a bomb trigger here if you don't suck like me. Come down and just clip into the wall here normally. And then we get our boots going. We're gonna head up, so I'm gonna do it over here because we have good music. And once we get up to here, start heading over to the left a little bit. And we're not going in there. We're gonna head up to get our rooster, whatever. Get our bird key, I guess it's called. Come on this way, over past the pits. Put on your sword, unless you want to do some naked super jump setup, but I don't care about that. See, one thing I want to make clear. Stu's rule set is no system transitions, no wrong warps. We're fine for wrong warps because you kind of have to really think about doing them for the most part. But for system transitions, they can happen as easily as this. So if I did that in a run, it would be dead run. So over here, like, be very careful not to be pressing left while you're on the ground on the left side. Anyway, the way that I've been told to do this, just do a super jump to the left, tap right very briefly just to face right, and then jump and hold left at the top of your jump. And that's effectively a super jump. And then do what's called a super hop, which is doing a super jump very late in your jump, like pretty much right when you land. That. And then do another super jump to the right. If you do it quickly. Actually, no. You don't even do a super hop, you just fall down. Sorry. Yeah, it looks like that. Very quick. Now we get our bird key. Then we fall in. And then we head to default. So we're now going to finish Dungeon 4. And as I'd mentioned before, Facade's the last boss we fight. So just do a super swim there. Try not to do it while you are directly below the Tektite, because it'll actually ruin your super swim. But just come up this way and grab the instrument. And one thing I wanted to mention that I should have done before I went into the instrument room, is that you can actually system transition in the dungeon as well, which, just like in the Rooster Cave there, you do a system transition, your run ends. So, save state. So come up this way. If you go up from this screen, you're now in a like, this is a system transition. You're not part of the Dungeon 4 system anymore. Even though you can go left to the instrument, your run's over. And also just a general thing for if you are super swimming, if you transition downwards, your game crashes. So don't do that. Yeah, so I like to transition left right here. Don't go too far left in that screen because it'll cause the doors to close. And doors cause a little bit of lag, which is like, you know, quarter, half second of whatever. But still, no one wants that time loss. We'll head over this way, mash as fast as you can. We're gonna do another super swim here. And we're gonna head just right up this way and go to Dungeon 7. On your bracelet, and let's see if I can get the cutscene skip. Yeah. Again, that's something that's in other guides, so I'm not gonna go too much over it. So the route for Dungeon 7 is pretty vanilla, as far as speedruns go. So it starts off just doing super hop here, come through this way and hit a switch up to the next floor, and do 5,000 bomb triggers. So as always, you do need to kill the top soul here. And then just do bomb triggers. I mentioned earlier on that there was other ways to do bomb triggers beyond just the transitions. So the way is called pit bomb triggers. And all you have to do is just do 2 bombs within 4 frames. Within 4 frames. And bear in mind, you can just keep dropping your bombs really quickly like this, so be careful about running out of bombs. And if you want to do another shock jump, you can do one right here. You can also do cool kid strats. Like that. Okay, very cool. Am I off by a frame? I swear I'm hitting on the same frame. There we go. Go away, Xander. In my tutorial, everything I do is cool. So that last one you do have to do a transition trigger, but you can also buffer it if you want to. Anyway, we're gonna do another naked super jump. So what I do for this one is just jump here, start holding left, and then once you moved a bit left, like past the corner, you can start holding up, and you'll just walk the rest of the way. At this point, just jump, and then go from up left to down left. Like, you can keep holding left the entire time, it won't ruin the super jump. Come through this way, avoid these guys. Throw a bomb here to activate that switch. And then here's where it kind of gets a bit different from the other categories. Like, we don't have a hook shot, so we do need to do Goomba Surf, don't we? Once you get through here, we're gonna do a trick that, I don't know, does it actually have a name? Thank you. So, I'm just gonna demonstrate. And that's it. So, we come over here, we go down, oh, so it's too far over. We want to be like just clipped into this wall. Oops, that was a bit too late. So you come over there, you clip into the wall, go right into the corner. You want to wait like half a second until the traps come down a little bit, but not all the way. Right about there. You want to face up, and you equip your shield, and there are a number of different ways to do this, like a few different people have their own setups. But so this is just the way that I do it myself. And this is, like, you can actually have 3 different horizontal pixels here. There are some setups that depend on your pixel, this one doesn't, so that's why I like it. But hold shield out, you want to jump, and then at the top of your jump you want to hold up. But I also need these P hats to fuck off. Like that. So, top of your jump, hold up. And then you want to do another jump, and then pretty much immediately start holding up left. And if you do that correctly, you'll be moved far enough over that you can go right to transition, and then immediately go down again, and buffer start into this room, put on your boots, and the game will kind of just slide you upwards. Keep in mind that if you don't buffer your boots, you'll get pushed. Oh. Maybe I was just holding down fast. Or maybe that's just like old school memory. Oh, okay, yeah, it's if you hold down while going through, you'll go through. But anyway, yeah, it's best if you just buffer your menu to put on boots, because you do want boots. Boots are fast. So anyway, that's Dungeon 7. Come down here, fall into this hole, most other categories you don't fall into the hole, but this one we do, because we want to super swim again. And one thing I'll just quickly note is with super swim, you can actually wrap around the edge of the map, and you can come this way and be already at Dungeon 8. But for our rule set, we decided doing that is not allowed, so just come up here, keep bootsing forever. You don't have to buffer shield bump's easy. Just transition, I thought you had to do it. Oh, okay, you were talking. Yeah. By the way, just keep bootsing all the way over to the left. I move upwards once I get past the Dungeon 2 screen, so right here I go up. Then start moving a little bit up more. Thank you. And come up this way. Over here, and actually be very careful there, because with your jump you're still in your no-clip state, so you can go and get stuck like over to the left there, which is run over. Over here, and what do we put on ourselves? Yeah, actually we need it for the lava swim. So we're gonna do what's called a lava swim, where you basically jump against the edge of the screen, and you want to buffer start on the very frame that you splash, which I managed to get framed perfectly, but you can also just keep buffering start until you get it. And then out of this menu, buffer right and sword. And then super swim upwards, put your boots back on. We're gonna go up 2 screens, and then we're gonna go left and into the instrument room. We now have all of the instruments except for Dungeon 2. We're gonna go finish that one up. So you can clip through here. We don't actually have any items apart from Bow Wow that can let us kill these things, so we're kind of at the mercy of him or just clipping through. Bow Wow to just fucking eat. So come on in here. As I mentioned, we don't have a lot of hearts, so if you're feeling a bit scared as I am right now, even though it's a tutorial, I don't care. Just grab that and come on through. So you probably just put on your sword here. So come up this way, super jump to the right, go in here. Jump up here, you want to slash to kill this plant because it'll knock you back down. Good safe state here. So we're gonna come in this room. You want to kill that guy. And then put on your boot, not boots, bracelet and your powder. You want to powder the bunny. Pick it up with your boot. Oh my god. With your bracelet. I'm just gonna do a safe state here for simplicity. Throw it, and then this is basically the same as the D3 scopes. Come down here. Do this. Arrows and shield to the right. And you go through. And so I think it was P-Dog who actually found out that if you're standing pretty much in the middle of this pot, that makes it fairly consistent. Yeah, just come on through. Boots and bracelet. And collect our final instrument. So the rest of the run is just basically a normal run, except we're on low health. And yeah, so we do have all the instruments. Yeah, just checking for sanity's sake. Come through here, we do bomb trigger. What a great song. And we come on into the egg. So, one other thing that's more recent than the previous tutorial, but it's not really Stu specific, is the Aghanim minute. So, for anyone who's familiar with the game, or people who have watched past this point of the tutorial, in the Aghanim fight, he can shoot as many blue balls at you as he wants. So you'll fight 2 energy balls, and after that it's all 50-50. But a few months ago, Vlak found a manip for it that I then made a phone app so people could actually apply it in a run. And so basically the first parts of the fight are entirely no RNG. It's awesome. But I'm not going to explain that in this video. I'm planning to do that as a separate video with like proper graphics and demonstrations and whatever. Like actually showing the what the app looks like while doing it. So I am going to use that for my fight here because I don't want to do a normal fight. Actually, this is the normal fight. But I'm not going to really explain why I am doing what movement I'm doing. So I'll be sure to post that link when I do that tutorial. I'll be sure to post in the LADX Discord somewhere, so that people can make use of it. But for now, just like Xander's guide, whatever other category guides, like you can go off of them for how to do this fight without manip. Anyway, for the blob at least, if you do have bomb trigger, you do something like that. You're welcome for the super helpful information. I love position 6. Oh, lit. What? Why did my ball go in the wall? Whatever. Game sucks. Alright, you know what, Xander? I don't need this shit from somebody who didn't even have a numbered finish position in the tournament. But anyway, apart from that one goof, this is pretty much what the egg is supposed to look like. Except it's supposed to have better RNG. Unfortunately, we haven't found a manip for this portion. Come on. If this was a real run, I would be so pissed off. Okay, Xander, my app doesn't show where I'm supposed to stand. Oh my god. Oh, this is actually crazy. This is some of the worst RNG I've seen for Devil. Oh, sick shack jump. Also, one last tip. After you beat Deathel, stand in this corner or the bottom left one, or the left one, like the same corner, not the very bottom, but the left bottom left corner. You know what I mean. Stand here. When you close the text box, don't be mashing feather, and just walk diagonally towards the center of the room. And you'll hit the stairs on the very frame that you need. So you can be super fast. But anyway, that's Stu. Explained really, really well by somebody who knows what they're doing. I'm sure. But yeah, anyway, I hope that this tutorial is helpful for people. As always, if you have questions, you can contact me on Discord. Or just ask in the LADX Discord server, because there are plenty of other people who also know what they're doing. Yeah, I hope to see some new Corins running. But I think I made this primarily for him because I want Corrin to start speedrunning this game. I love him. In a gay way, for sure. No, Peter, you already know how to... Oh, are you saying you know what to do? Okay. I should hope so. P-Dog's actually better than me at this. Because I haven't PB'd in like 8 months and he has. There we go. Hopefully people get something of value out of this video. Hopefully I didn't screw anything up too much. Yeah. Good luck new runners, good luck old runners. Good luck me. And take care everyone.